Well, I think if you look at history and you look at all the biggest social movements that have happened in this country, it's happened through protest. I mean, I can't think of a single movement or time of change in this country that hasn't included protest and marching, and so I think it's powerful, and I do think it makes change, so yeah.
I don't know, police reform or changing the way that police treat everybody needs to be addressed, and they need to be held accountable. That's a good enough reason to get together, but I think all lives matter is kind of the reason why I'm here. To be an ally, to hold myself accountable, to recognize my own privilege, how I can walk the street as a white woman in Portland and feel safe by my whiteness and how that's not okay, and to hold myself accountable for it.
Well, I think it's good for the kids to see people banding together and standing up for what they believe in. It's a good seed to plant for when they get older, and maybe they'll continue on.
Very good.
Right now, I'm walking to the airport. You may be wondering why, or you may not care, but the reason why is I'm on my way to see my dad again. He was in California. I also used to live there. That's me, by the way. But anyways, I go to California to see him every month at least once, and I've been doing that for around 3 years. We moved from Oregon, which is a big jump from Sacramento, so even though we're a lot farther apart, I think in the end it's brought us much closer to each other. And I do have a mom, by the way. There she is, jumping up. So, yeah. This trip I decided to ask my parents some questions and kind of compare them because, like California and Oregon, they're both very different.
It's pretty tough because, you know, you're a long ways away. Don't really have much, you know, the ability to just be able to get to you if, you know, if anything were to happen.
Now, a few years later, and just seeing the different things that you're involved in, I actually kind of like it. I don't think Portland will be our forever home, but for now, I think it's a good place for you to experience different things, and, you know, in this time in your life where you're figuring out who you are and understanding your blackness.
While both of my parents are different, they do sometimes share similar ideas.
Yeah, I'm worried about that, especially when you're driving, especially when you're in different neighborhoods. And because of where we live and gentrification, you know, people might decide that you don't belong in a neighborhood and get suspicious simply because you're black. So, yes, I worry.
It doesn't matter. Worry for your safety in California, worry for your safety in Portland, doesn't matter. Wherever you are, still be worried about your safety.
I also visit other family members in California besides my dad. There's my grandma.
Mom, you have a room like a...
I don't have a room, I'm homeless.
My aunt.
You're not homeless.
I am homeless.
You need to be
Instead of being
grateful.
under a bridge, I'm a grateful homeless person.
No, Mom. That's rude.
My great grandma. And there's my great uncle.
Does it look like it's bad?
Huh?
Does it look like it's bad?
Does what look like it's bad?
Time ago.
I can't see it.
Of course I have more family, but it's always good to see them since nobody's here in Portland.
just the total lack of diversity coming from San Francisco and California, where diversity is more than just black and white, where you have different, you got everybody from all over the world. I really miss that here.
So if you're comparing the two, actually those two really, they're not equal. They don't, Portland and San Francisco don't really match one another in the same way.
Honestly, there is nothing about being surrounded in whiteness that makes me feel more comfortable here in Portland.
Is there anything that's uncomfortable for you racially? I can't say that there is.
I'm surrounded by people who are liberal and they think that they have my back, but when the war comes, they're not going to have my back. And some people really don't know that or recognize that. And for me, that's a scary thing.
The way people are raised, those that want to know more will learn more. And those that don't want to, they won't.
It's a couple of things. I think to get rid of ignorance, you can't know what you don't know.
So that will keep their ignorance level at the same place. Therefore, racism will still live.
Right? So you have to be exposed to different people, different perspectives, different ways of living in the world, and understand that different people have different experiences.
Racism lives within the ignorance of people not knowing about that other, the other race.
But if you're talking about getting rid of racism, that doesn't happen unless people acknowledge their privilege.
This trip has been a really beneficial one, not just because I got this project done, but also because I've learned a lot more about my parents. We've talked about a lot of race issues and problems in the world, and I think I have a better understanding of them now. There's still lots to learn, of course, but I think this is a good step, and it felt great.
I have a question for you. You
may not even use this footage. Stop. Okay. So, how did you feel from the Bay Area?
I don't know.
And I am here representing Benson High and the Greenlighting our movie group.
You gotta have a purpose. And the earlier you find out, the better. Ladies and gentlemen, college is not a destination. College is a launching pad. Don't sit here and think, I just gotta get to college. No. Think, where will this college lead me? So first find out why you're here. That way you can leverage college for where you're trying to go. Don't think college is a destination. It's not. It's not. It's a launching pad to your dream.
So why are you here today?
To listen to the sororities, see what they have to say, and I want to get some scholarship money. Yes, I need to go to school for free. I'm just excited to listen to everybody and all their experiences.
I find out opportunities I can get.
It's always a great experience, so I just come every time.
Yeah, to meet with people and to get a good experience.
A message of finding your purpose and using it to make a difference.
I often think that a lot of people don't think that we can work together, and I know that's not true.
We're here to be a representation of black male excellence. Some of the things that we're doing, going to college, graduating from college, securing jobs, just talking to the young black males that, hey, you can talk to someone, you need a mentor, let us know. We can find that for you too. But really just networking, and helping the students build their confidence.
A message of working together. These are the folks that are going to, take us to the next level.
Oh, how they have all this stuff saved for all these kids to see, their past, their culture and stuff like that, and all the famous people in our time that are our color have succeeded.
I mean, it's kind of hard to wake up in the morning and you have to go to this school where you don't really feel accepted totally, and there's just those like few exceptional teachers.
White culture has made kind of their own lens for black people and kind of controlled the narrative, but we want to change that, so we just wanted to learn about it. So.
You know, just that support really isn't there. And plus, like, you know, the teachers, they're not really diverse either, so that's kind of hard, just getting the support from adults as well.
And your generation has been plagued with things that are unhealthy. I want you to still stay true to yourselves and maintain that sense of who you are relative to your dreams. I want you to focus when you're in school and to love one another.
Being a young black woman, I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of struggles later on in life, and it's better for me now to just focus on them and sort out how I'm gonna deal with them.
You can use your voice and you can use your talent as a voice and inspire people around you. And take away that although your life might not be like the traditional great life that most people dream of, you can still make something of yourself, and like with unity with other people, especially people that look like you and represent you, and coming together, that you can make something extremely beautiful.
Just seeing all the students together, working together, the community together, fabulous energy. It was just amazing.
We have to teach each other how amazing we are, that we're not ashamed to be black.
The bigger the better, the more the merrier. Get into it. 2018, here we come. 5 years.
What's up? How you doing? Good. I like that sweatshirt you got on, man. That color's on me.
I'm gonna have you hold this, and then she's come take a picture. I'm gonna take a picture.
Andre, this is
I learned about Gablam from my teacher Carl Acker, and also when John and a couple other people came into a BSU meeting at Grant High School and kind of talked a little bit about the program, but going into it, I really didn't know much. I just was curious about filmmaking and wanted to learn some good stuff. And it did take a while to get used to the people and the stuff that happens around, but over time, I got used to it, so.
Brief history on African Americans.
Sorry about that, bro. Keep going. Just keep going.
Great, like that, or as a, oh, I'm great, or as a, I'm great, or what are you feeling? I'm gonna say it's a great.
So you're starting to see how it's all coming together, the movie making process, and our attempting to orient you on African American history.
Yeah.
We're really trying to marriage the two. So let us know how well we're doing in that. Yeah.
Great. It's been great. It was real tiring. Pretty good show so far. Pretty tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am tired.
It's pretty tired. I missed the bus, and that alarm, it was working, but it really wasn't, because I really slept for like 30 minutes more. But yeah, aside from being tired pretty much all the time, I did also learn a lot of interesting facts, not just about movie making, but just history in general. The introduction was pretty interesting, learning about the slave trade and how early that started, how they went to South America. And good lesson, learned a lot about shots. We started to go out more and experience more with the cameras, and I think that really kind of helped me to get more energy even when I was tired. And we just started having more fun during classes, and I think that really helped. At the march, and then we had to film and stuff. It's kind of interesting to go in the middle of the march and interview people and film all of that. Yeah. Still happy about it, and I'm excited to be making films. I woke up feeling energized, ready for the day. I feel like I'm much more awake. Usually I am tired. I feel rejuvenated. We got some headbanger like one. Like, you know, like me lit up. No. All right.
Yeah, so not aim, Mom. What was you swinging at like that? Like what? I switched your chair up. You see how much purpose you put in?
Times like those just kind of made it easier for me to stay in the program, even watching as some people had dropped out one by one. It just kind of encouraged me to stay more. And I knew in the beginning that I was gonna stick this one through. I knew that they were just starting off, and I just wanted to make the most out of this experience. So I stood through it. I don't know, because it kind of changed a lot throughout. So I don't know. I just thought it was gonna be different. But then, I mean, we are like the first year and stuff. So there's just a lot of like changes because you guys were testing out stuff. Usually when I start things, I tend to stay for it, so I just, yeah, the encouragement, and then I wanted to make like at least one film of my own, so wanting to make that helped me stay too.
Andre Tharp, remember the name?
I mean, remember me, you'll see me. You won't have to remember me if I'm there.
My name is Clare Clark. I was born in Portland, Oregon. I spent middle school at a Waldorf school and the overall color of a Waldorf curriculum. I found myself growing in more ways than I ever had when I was younger. But I was the only black girl, in fact black person at this school, and I always felt like I was left out. I would try to connect with people, but would always be met with a side shoulder. And when I was talked to, I would mostly spend the time listening to them, which I did not mind at all. I was very interested in their lives, but no one was interested in mine. And I was desperate for someone to talk to, for someone to connect with, because that's the kind of person I am. When I was young, I would look at myself in the mirror with questioning expressions, and later in life this became more apparent, that I was questioning who I was, what was I even, because I had nothing to refer back to. I had nothing to compare myself with. Through my art, I express that everyone can smile, everyone can be as colorful and as vibrant as they are on the inside. So now I go to Benson, the most diverse school in Portland. I speak to myself a lot and wonder, could I have said things differently? Could I have done things differently? Could I have expressed differently? And every time I come up blank because I am only human. And I did the best I could to talk to people, to be around people, to be immersed in people. And even if people don't want me, I'm still going to be a part of people because I am a person.